now it's time for our story. And my feet are feeling a little bit cold, so I'm going to warm them up on the stove. Over here it's too hot to sit, but over here it's just right. "Willie," said Mrs. Page, as she lay upon her bed, very sick, "I want to talk to you a while. I may not be here long, and I want to tell you a few things that are on my mind. You are trying to serve Jesus. You want to honor him. You want to please him. Now remember that in no way can you please him better every day than by keeping the golden rule. Whatsoever ye would do that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. Try and follow this teaching of our blessed Lord, and you will be both good and happy. And I want you to take care of little Nellie. She is not a strong child, and will miss a mother's care. You must be both a mother and a brother to her. Promise you will, my son." "Oh, I will promise anything you ask," said he. "Only do not leave me." And the poor boy, who was not much more than a child himself, wept bitterly. "God knows best, my dear son, and he will do all things well. If I must go from you, he will care for you and protect you. I can leave my children in his hands." A very few days passed, and Willie was motherless. No one in all the city cared for him but little Nellie. He was poor and too young to do hard work, but he must do something to help support himself and his little sister. But he searched in vain for something to do. Some people wanted no boy, and others said he was too small. Even the crossings were all spoken for by other boys, and there seemed nothing left for him to do but starve. One day he was searching for employment as usual. He was hungry and discouraged. Just as he was crossing a crowded street, he heard a cry, and looking up he saw a lame boy with crutches, who was trying to cross. He could only walk very slowly, and while he made his way along carefully and painfully, the street became full of vehicles, and one horse seemed to be coming upon him. Poor Johnny was sadly frightened and knew not which way to turn. Willie saw him, and in a moment he shouldered him and his crutches and carried him safely over. He was a heavy load for the little fellow, being almost as large as himself, but he did not stop to consider that although it was pretty hard, he carried Johnny across the wide street and set him safely down on the pavement. Wow. "How can I thank you enough?" said a young lady who was crossing behind him. "I was so afraid my little brother would be run over. Here, little boy, take this." And she held out some money. "No, thank you. I only did as I would be done by. If my little sister was lame and in the street, I would want someone to help her across." "But cannot I do something for you, my boy?" said the lady. "I do not want anything but something to do. My little sister and I must have something to eat and wear, and I am trying to find work, but nobody seems to want me." And Willie looked very sad. "I can find you something to do, I know. My father wants a boy in his store, and I will ask him about it just as soon as I get home." Willie looked very happy and thanked the lady with all his heart. And he was not disappointed this time, for Mr. Hildreth took him at once and liked him so well that he said Providence must have sent him to help at the right time. Willie was never sorry he helped the lame boy across the street, and he still keeps up his practice of the golden rule. Wow. Yes. What is the golden rule? The Bible says, whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. In other words, do to other people just exactly what you would want those people to do to you. Yes. Love is the golden rule. And without the one who gave us the golden rule, it is impossible for us to obey it. But if the one who gave us the golden rule, Jesus, Yeshua, if he is in us, then by his grace we do carry out the golden rule. Can we obey this golden rule that Jesus gave us? Yes, we can, in his strength. God bless you all, and we'll see you for the study tomorrow.